let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I know everybody, especially the national media, is making a big deal out of the third tight end situation. I know that's basically because we've already got a really good roster, and that's the only place they can seem to potentially find a hole. Is that as important as getting more production out of the second tight end? Last year, Stefanski used a tackle as a tackle-eligible blocking tight end. It seemed to work for him pretty good. I know Belichick used that quite often, got several touchdowns out of Mike Vrabel out of that position. What do y'all think about this situation? Thank you.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Quincy, I think the concern with the depth at tight end is what if something happens where David Njoku has to miss 2, 3, 5 games? That's the concern.
My thing is with that, David Njoku is not somebody that if you had a good backup, you would replace him and do everything that David Njoku does. David Njoku is a special player. So losing him, I mean, that's just going to stink. Like, you're just going to have to make an adjustment. But I don't think that adjustment exclusively has to happen in the tight end room. Like, if David Njoku's not there to get 150 targets, you're not going to be like, all right, Jordan Akins, step up. You're getting 150 targets now, right? It's going to be a different committee. Maybe you expect more out of Jerry Jeudy now, or maybe you expect more out of Elijah Moore or Cedric Tillman, and they filled the gaps there. So I don't think it's as simple as looking at it as just tight end, right? If David Njoku goes out, then you would just use Jordan Akins as a regular tight end. It's more about looking at it as a entire room of pass catchers. And that's what the Browns' plan is. If David Njoku does go down, or if somebody does go down, you're going to replace it by having other players step up in different positions to fill the void of David Njoku, because you're not going to fill that with Jordan Akins or any backup tight end available, or even not available. There's no backup tight end. It's David Njoku.
Right. I guess the thought is, though, you're going away from something that was a strength, and now you just kind of you got to rework it around what you have is kind of what and I think that's one of the reasons why they haven't gone out and signed a veteran tight end. There's nobody that fits the profile of what they're looking for.
Well, I don't know how important tight ends were to the Cleveland Browns in years past, right? We talked about it when they had Austin Hooper in here. They barely used David Njoku, right? Like, how important is that second tight end to what the Browns want to do? We didn't really see Jordan Akins as much as we thought that we would see Jordan Akins. Like, they just don't run that much 12 personnel anymore, and they really haven't since 2020 when they were going 12, 13 heavy. So I don't know how much that backup tight end matters. Like, it's not like Harrison Bryant was making a big dent in what the Browns want to do. And they're going to do tackle eligible. They have Mike Vrabel, who the caller mentioned, who knows about tackle eligible in a lot of different ways you can use it. The Browns know how to use it. They've had Nick Harris and did a lot of interesting things with tackle eligible last year. I think that's going to be their plan. They have a fullback on the roster right now. That's essentially another tight end too that you can use. There's a lot of different ways you can go around replacing a third tight end or getting to a second tight end. That's not necessarily about having the best second tight end possible. And also a question I would like to ask, just like people in general, because I don't know the answer to it. Who has a good backup tight end?
Yeah, none of them are popping into my head. It seems like the 49ers always have a guy that they can go to when Kittle gets banged up, and you know, the Chiefs always have a guy that seems to catch a couple of touchdowns because everybody pays attention to Kelsey. But it's not like, I'm with you.
Yeah, the 49ers have Juszczyk, right? That's their fullback that they usually go to whenever Kittle's not in there. But like, as far as Kittle's backup himself, like, you feel it whenever Kittle's not out there. Just because those kind of tight ends, they're not easy to find. There's like 7 of them in the league.